All right, so now we're at the end. I'm going to try to really get through this because I know I'm already 4 minutes over my allotted time, but post-production. Now, post-production is not always necessary when you're creating your video lectures. So as Megan mentioned with Yuja and Zoom, sometimes, you've recorded a lecture, it's good, you just need to share it with your class and get it out there. However, sometimes there may be occasions where there are parts of your recording you'd rather not share, or maybe you want to add even more, or like I said, maybe you had that date in the beginning of your video and you don't want that next year when you teach the course again. So what can you do with video editing? You can trim the beginnings and endings of your recordings. And I know another thing with Yuja is it'll sometimes record like for 2 seconds before you think it's recording. So it'll record you bringing up your PowerPoint slides. And sometimes people don't want that being shown. They don't want, the behind the scenes to be in their final video. You can delete portions of recordings. Maybe, you were giving a presentation, there was one slide where you kind of went off on a tangent. Your video got a little too long. You don't want that in there, but you don't want to have to go back and re-record your entire video. You just want to cut that little segment out. You can combine multiple recordings into one video. I know one professor I spoke to where she wanted her lecture videos to just be voiceover with PowerPoint, but she wanted to have this really nice on-screen introduction. So she got really dressed up and recorded all of these very generic introductions that then she chopped up, and now every time she has a lecture, she just goes and grabs one of those introductions she already recorded, where she's like very, very fancy and in this beautiful location, and just sticks a different introduction then onto each lecture recording whenever she gets around to then recording that one. You can add background music if it's a welcome video or just something a little fun, something to make it a little more engaging. Images, icons, maybe you found something later you wished you would put in a PowerPoint slide and you're like, oh, I just really want to put in this image. So let's, instead of, again, re-recording and recreating our PowerPoints, we'll just stick it in there somewhere. But how are we going to do these things? So there are many different ways to edit your lecture videos. And I know a lot of people have used a couple of tools like the Yuja Video Editor. And the Yuja Video Editor is good for small things like trimming beginnings and endings, or you can clip out an area. But if you're really looking to create much more dynamic videos, the Yuja Editor does have its limitations. It can be a little difficult if you want to combine a lot of videos you've made, or if you want to take parts of one video and put them in another. But the good news is chances are you already have a video editor in your computer. If you own a Mac computer, there's a program called iMovie, which is really powerful and really user-friendly. I've been really impressed over the past several months how many faculty I've had come, they've never done video editing before, and after 30 minutes, they know how to do iMovie. I even have a little how to edit an iMovie video that's included in the faculty guide. So if you have this application, you can watch the little video. It's really, really easy to use. And it's really, really helped people who become frustrated with the Yuja Video Editor. If you're on a PC, you might have a program called Windows Movie Maker, or there might be a movie maker in the photo application if you're past Windows 10. It operates a lot like iMovie, but there are a few more limitations to it. And if you don't want to use, if you don't have a PC, or if you don't have a Mac computer and you don't like the Windows editor, I know Camtasia is a really popular tool among faculty. This is something you do have to pay for, but I know it's really popular on campus, and it's great because it's kind of an all-in-one shop. It's got the recorder, it's got the editor, it can do green screen backgrounds. So it's a really great tool if you just want to deal with one program to do everything, but you really want to make some really great videos. Though lastly, I do want to mention Adobe Premiere. And this is professional grade video editing software. It grants you the most control over editing your videos, and it has really great organizational tools if you're creating a lot of lectures for your courses. So if you're thinking, I want to create all of my lectures for one course, and this one course is going to have like 50 lectures, and they're each going to be 5 minutes, it might get a little difficult to do that in a simpler program where you're doing one video at a time and each video is its own project. But Adobe Premiere is really great if you're dealing with these high volume video files that you really want to have complete control over. Normally, Adobe is a subscription-based software. However, OIT does offer free Adobe CC for faculty, staff, and students. We provided the link here and in the faculty guide for where you can download Adobe CC. And this gives you access to programs beyond Premiere. things like Photoshop, Media Encoder, Illustrator, After Effects. There's even a version of Premiere called Premiere Rush, which I know Julia Lupton is one of our Excel users at that program. She's had a lot of fun and created some really great videos with that. These programs do have a learning curve, so just be prepared to put in the time and only download them if you need them, because there is a limited number of licenses from OIT. So just download it if you think you're going to be able to use it and really make use of it. Also, even though there is a bit of a learning curve, since this is one of the most popular tools out there are tons of tutorials. Even me, whenever there's something where I don't know if I'm going to do it, I just Google it and I'll get a bunch of YouTube videos showing me exactly what I need to do in Premiere to do that exact thing.